People, I have found the Macallan Holy Grail, and it's in this box. I didn't even know this existed until I found it, so I bought it. Any guesses? It's quite a small box. You know, here's a bottle of Macallan. What is it? I think this might even be the only one that's available on the market or has ever come to market, and it's really obscure. So what is it? Guesses in the comments below, and a million respect points if you can guess what this is before we go and open it, because it is the most bizarre holy grail of Macallan. So without further ado, let's get into it. Yeah. Right, let's get this opened and let's see what we can do. So first of all, we need to get this open. I'm really excited about this, people. I'm really excited about this. And you're probably going to think I'm mad, and you'd probably be right, but who cares? It's really small, isn't it? Please, none. That's what she said. Comments in the comments, please. Here we go. We're getting there. We're getting there. Are we still getting there? There it is. There it is, people. It is out of the box. Let's get this packaging and nonsense all aside for the big reveal. And oh my gosh, right, here we go. I came from Italy, by the way, this. Had to buy this from Italy, out of all the places in the world. But anyway, here we go. There it is. Any guesses? I can't believe this. I genuinely can't believe this. My staff think I'm absolutely mad. Well, here you go. Are you ready? In 3, 2, 1. There it is. Yeah, it's Macallan Breakfast Orange Marmalade containing 10-year-old single Highland malt Scotch whisky, coarse cut. There it is, people. What an absolutely random and bizarre thing to have found. Well, let's stay with me, people. There is a point behind this. There's a really, really good point behind this. First of all, let's take a look at what we've got here. Well, the thing that made this really interesting to me is that, look at the labels, people, and we'll stick some footage on this up on the screen as well. When you compare the two, this is literally a Macallan label through and through. So this is a 10-year-old from the late 1970s, early 1980s, which I think is when this jar of marmalade was produced. So look at the label. Exactly the same. Gilt border, gilt everything. Product of Scotland, same on the top. The Macallan, exactly the same. 10-year-old, exactly the same. The only thing, single Highland malt Scotch whisky, exactly the same. The only thing that's changed on this one is that they've inserted the word breakfast orange marmalade. Now, I'm pretty certain the Scotch Whisky Association might have something to say if they saw this around today, because it is quite misleading. It does look like Macallan. Now, let's keep looking at it. It says here, ingredients, sugar, oranges, the Macallan 10-year-old malt whiskey prepared with 35 grams of fruit per 100 grams. Wow. And also total sugar content, 65 grams per 100. And let's just see if we can get the camera to focus on this, because it is like gloop inside. I am not up for trying this. On the other side as well, it says it's made by Hudson's International, and the Macallan 10-year-old single Highland malt Scotch whisky is used as a recipe ingredient with full consent of the Macallan distillers Craig Alecky. It also says on the top here, which you should, let's try and get this in to see. We've got a price tag there from the National Trust. So this cost £1.85. And I think that this is a late 1970s, early 1980s bottle. Why? Because it's 12 ounces and 340 grams. So this is before, around the sort of the imperial to metric changeover, which is again identical to what you see on the 10-year-old bottlings of the time, where you've got 26 2/3 fluid ounces and 75.7 centilitres. There's something, but why the hell have I bought this? And it cost a lot of money. Why have I bought this? Well, people often ask why I talk about Macallan so much on this channel. Well, you may have noticed that we don't necessarily talk too much about drinking whiskey on this channel. We talk about the histories, we talk about the market, we talk about everything. And P.S., if you're liking this video, please give it a like and get in the comment and think, yes or no, mad to buy this. Anyway, this epitomizes exactly why I can talk about so much about Macallan on this channel. And it also highlights a bigger point. Why is Macallan arguably the biggest brand of single malt Scotch whisky in the world today? Why can they sell out the folio series even before the ballot's been opened? Why can they sell out pretty much everything? Why can they charge 80,000 pounds for a single bottle of whisky? Why will the secondary market pay 1.5 million pounds for a single bottle of their whisky? It's because of this, and not necessarily the Marmalade, but what this represents. Back in the 1970s and early 1980s, Macallan were putting their brand into the National Trust houses of Great Britain, possibly just in Scotland, I don't know, but to get brand awareness out there. They were marketing in the National Trust, people, on bloody Marmalade in the 1970s and 1980s when all these other distilleries were slumbering and asleep. What were they doing about their marketing? How were they trying to get their brand out there? How were they trying to evolve their product and move things on? They weren't. They just weren't. Macallan, look at the bloody foresight in this to do a brand collaboration, essentially nicking that label. But again, if you see that label in the National Trust, it's going to remind you very much of this. That's also going to be in display somewhere else when you're at a bar, maybe to buy it. So there you go. It's my, strangest video yet about Macallan Marmalade. It really doesn't look good, people. It's all like congealed. I mean, the sugar content should have preserved it pretty well, I would have thought. Massive sugar content, but well, there you go. What are we going to do next?